What's up, fight fans? Minseo here, and today we are breaking down one of the most fascinating developments from Conor McGregor's recent interview. We all know the Mac is officially returning on July 11th in Las Vegas to face Max Holloway. But what has the entire MMA world buzzing isn't just the fight itself. It is the completely radical shift in how Conor is preparing for it behind closed doors. Gone are the days of endless sparring clips, public training videos, and constant Instagram flexes. McGregor is completely reinventing his training camp, locking the doors, and developing an unseen tactical protocol. Today, we are diving deep into the secret weaponry and silent training protocol to see how the biggest draw in combat sports is evolving. Smash that like button, subscribe to Minseo MMA, and let's get into it. Let's start with the most jarring change to the McGregor brand, the complete and total media blackout regarding his actual training footage. In his past camps, Conor's social media platforms were a non-stop promotional machine filled with heavy bag work, explosive pad sessions, and intense sparring rounds. But during this interview, Conor stated flat out that he is completely done with the social media dopamine hit. He is no longer looking for online validation. By executing a strict blackout, he is ensuring that Max Holloway and his coaching staff have absolutely zero current tape to analyze. Conor wants to step into the cage on July 11th as a complete enigma. He is treating his physical performance like a state secret, bringing back the massive advantage of tactical mystery that defined his early championship run. Conor explained that modern fighters fall into a massive trap by constantly broadcasting their training camps to the public. When an elite martial artist posts high-definition clips of their combinations, their movement patterns, and their wrestling transitions, they are essentially giving their opponents a free instructional blueprint. For a high-level chess match like a fight against a veteran like Max Holloway, even a tiny 3-second clip of a specific kick or defensive counter can give away an entire game plan. Conor realizes that in the modern era of hyper-analytical coaching, feeding the media machine with training footage does nothing but compromise the athlete. By shutting down the cameras entirely, he forces his opponents to guess his timing, his weight, and his conditioning, leaving them completely blind. To understand why this silent protocol is so necessary, you have to understand the sheer danger of Conor's old training habits. He confessed that during his meteoric rise, he used to train with reckless abandonment. He would throw hyper-aggressive, high-risk shots and execute wild athletic movements at full speed without calculating the structural toll on his body. Because of this chaotic, ego-driven environment, he would routinely overtrain specific weapons until the joints or muscles associated with them became heavily compromised before fight night. He was essentially breaking down his own chassis in the gym, forcing himself to constantly adjust his fighting style at the last second just to survive the walk. This brutal cycle of self-inflicted damage is an old way of operating that simply doesn't serve a mature veteran. Because of that historical cycle of overtraining and subsequent injury, Conor dropped an absolute bombshell about his striking capabilities. He revealed that he possesses an entire hidden arsenal of highly unconventional movements and unique strikes that the fight game has literally never witnessed before. In past camps, he would successfully develop these creative weapons, but because he trained them so recklessly, the body part would get damaged during preparation. As a result, he would be forced to tuck those specific techniques back into his pocket, unable to safely deploy them inside the octagon. Now that he has restructured his entire physical approach, Conor is planning to finally unleash these secret weapons on July 11th. Holloway thinks he knows Conor's striking, but he has only ever seen the backup options. This massive realization about his training culture didn't happen by accident, it was forced by the structural failure of his last camp. Conor finally pulled back the curtain on the exact sequence of events that shattered his planned fight with Michael Chandler. Just 3 weeks before the highly anticipated bout, a UFC camera crew was invited into his gym to film what was explicitly supposed to be a light, technical flow sparring session. However, once the cameras were powered on and the bright lights hit the mats, human nature took over. The intensity inside the ring naturally began to escalate as egos flared under the lens. With absolutely no protective gear equipped, a sudden, explosive kick collided directly with a hard elbow, causing an immediate catastrophe that would alter his career. That fractured baby toe resulted in absolute, excruciating physical pain, but it served as the ultimate psychological wake-up call for Conor McGregor. For years, he had proudly operated under the warrior code of fighting through lingering injuries, walking into multi-million-dollar championship bouts with compromised limbs just to satisfy the promotion and the fans. But looking down at his broken foot just weeks out from his return, he reached a sudden, mature turning point. He refused to lie to the public, and he refused to step into the octagon as a damaged version of himself. He chose to take the immense public backlash on the chin and pull out of the fight. He used that humiliating moment to dismantle his entire gym culture, ensuring a preventable accident would never happen again. The most immediate physical change inside Conor's camp following the injury was a strict structural mandate on protective equipment. The era of high-intensity, bare-shin sparring inside his gym is officially dead and buried. Conor revealed that moving forward, every single intense training round strictly requires full protective armor. This sounds like an elementary rule for standard martial arts, but for a fighter who built his entire reputation on raw, bare-knuckle toughness, it represents a massive paradigm shift. By wrapping up his shins, protecting his feet, and wearing heavily padded gloves, Conor is intentionally preserving his body for the actual competition. He is ensuring that all real physical damage is saved strictly for July 11th, guaranteeing he walks into Las Vegas completely healthy. Beyond the physical gear, Conor has completely overhauled the psychological blueprint of his training sessions through explicit, mandatory communication. Before a single glove touches a mat, the coaching staff, the sparring partners, and Conor conduct an explicit briefing to dictate the exact parameters of the workout. If the session is designated as a technical study, the intensity is strictly controlled to eliminate reckless, competitive ego. If it is a designated hard sparring day, everyone prepares for absolute war under controlled supervision. This highly professional, corporate approach to athletic preparation eliminates accidental collisions and ensures that no one oversteps the boundary out of pure pride. Conor is finally managing his camp like a multi-million-dollar corporate asset, maximizing output while completely minimizing unnecessary structural risk. All of these meticulous, behind-the-scenes adjustments, the media blackout, the hidden weapons, the protective armor, and the rigid intensity controls, are leading directly to one single moment, July 11th in Las Vegas. Conor McGregor is stepping back into the firing line feeling completely fresh, structurally protected, and tactically evolved. He claims his mind is incredibly sharp, his body is fully rested, and he is deeply yearning for the thrill of true, uncompromised competition. The entire combat sports world is about to find out if this highly disciplined, silent training protocol has successfully created a far more dangerous, efficient version of the MAC. If this new methodology pays off, it could completely redefine how aging legends manage the twilight of their historic combat careers. I want to hear from the real fight purists down in the comments section below. Do you honestly believe that this calm, highly structured training protocol makes Conor a far more lethal threat to the elite featherweight and lightweight divisions? Or do you think that the lack of public tape and raw, chaotic gym wars will dull the legendary killer instinct that made him a double champion in the first place? Can Max Holloway's legendary durability withstand an entirely unseen arsenal of strikes? Drop your full technical predictions in the comments right now. I want to see who has the best tactical breakdown. Before you jump to the next video, make sure to absolutely smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a single piece of premium analysis from Minseo MMA. Thank you so much for rocking with me today. Stay disciplined, and I will see you in the next one.